Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I just got this package of two new things to my collection for my Canadian impression, and I really would like to share with you guys. So today I'm going to be going over the ECUs I got, or the ECU I got, and the new pair of pants I've got. I'm going to be comparing from the old runs to what they currently use, which is their ECUs, and a little bit better from there, a little tweaked in design. And then, of course, older run of pants compared to a newer run of pants. And we're going to look into that here just right now. So starting off with the ECU. The ECU is kind of what they use right now. You'll still see this very much so being used by the Canadian military. If not, this is what they have currently. I'm very happy to get one of these. I've been looking for one of these since I started collecting Canadian cat pad camo. But in reality, I was only able to get the older runs, which would be these ones, which is one of my first ones I've gotten, if not. But yeah, so we're gonna go over this one here, kind of do a quick kind of comparison between the two. So starting up with the collar, regular collar. This one's a little more open. As you can tell, this one buttons up all the way up there. This one doesn't necessarily have a button up here because it has Velcro. This Velcro is used, you can, unvelcro this right here, just tap, latch it onto this Velcro part, and it can protect your neck from chafing when you're wearing such things as a frag vest, which I realized was a big issue when I was wearing this, when I would go airsofting with this kit. Another thing you'll notice is the rank slip is Velcro compared to the older runs, which would be a slip-on rank slip. This, of course, the name tape has stayed the same size, same, everything, still Velcro. The pockets are aligned at an angle and can be accessed from the side compared from the top, which you will see with those pockets. These ones have hidden zippers, and they're pretty flush, well hidden with the uniform compared to these ones. These ones are pleated and buttoned. These ones aren't pleated, but they're Velcroed. They carry about the same amount of space as far as storing stuff in here. But this one I believe holds just a little more. Moving on to the bottom, again, non-pleated pockets, but Velcro pockets. And then, of course, these ones are buttoned, but they're pleated. So that's that. Moving on, kind of to give an idea of this uniform, going on to kind of like the arm area or the sleeve. This one is a little bit special because it has actual pouches on the side here. This wasn't common necessarily with these types of uniforms. They usually not have these on here. It would just have the flag, Velcro flag spot, but on the sleeve. But for this sake, this one did come with it, so I'll go over that. Although it wasn't necessarily too common. It's just Velcro. They're pretty bad, and you'll see. I'll explain why this is a bad design. It's Velcroed from the top here, so accessing it, it's quite difficult. And Velcro's really strong too, so it's a pain in the ass trying to get in there and grabbing shit. I don't even use those. But yeah, that's that. And I just put blank spots because necessarily there would be a big flag patch here, but because they still have this running, you kind of just do that. And that's kind of just a blank spot. I just stuck on some like CP gear, blank patches for that and whatever. But that's kind of just how that works. Also, going down to the sleeve, you do get some reinforced fabric on the arm here, and then at the bottom you do have like two buttons to basically whatever your wrist width is or whatever to adjust to that, how open you want it to be. But that's pretty much that. Lightweight material, very soft. This one's actually a little bit of a different material. This one, you can tell it's a little bit different. Feel-wise, it's different too, but I wouldn't be able to get into specifics of that because I wouldn't know the composite or anything like that, because that's not the point. But either way, moving on again to the sleeves of the uniform. big flag patch compared to the little small one. Yeah, and then of course, what's hidden on the sides here is you get also a hidden like Velcro spot where you can store stuff, and I keep my IR subdued flag in there when I switch it out when I do go airsofting, because a big red and white flag isn't something you want to run with. Another thing that's pretty cool, again, I want to say that they did reinforce. I don't think they did reinforce the sides here or anything by your elbows, but they did have insert on both sides, a place to hold your pens, all about 2, so 4 total. I'm guessing they built this in just because for ambidextrous people, left, right, might as well just make one uniform. And then Velcro, kind of getting with the times, the modern times, Velcro, sleeve things. And another thing I noticed is in the back, they also have this, kind of like they put this like little flap in the back. Also, this elastic band on the inside is already elastic. It's not a drawstring. These uniforms had a drawstring, and you can see it run through here. I should be able to see it right there. Yeah, drawstring. Yeah. So, but as far as it goes, it's still, you have to still button it up from top to bottom. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the big difference. I'm pretty glad to get this, but yeah. Moving on to the pants. All right, so I have really worn out newer runs of pants and really nice old run of pants. We'll go over both of them and kind of get an idea of what the difference is. Pocket wise, I mean, you can kind of tell it's pretty much the exact same. Velcro. These ones are very simple. Very simple. This one just has stitched up, or just, right there, perfect. It's like a square, straight, perfect, normal. This one has a kind of like its own little loop thing. I don't know, just has that. Moving on to like the bottom here. Also, they didn't leave these pockets squared. If you look, they're very much so like they cut at an angle. Here they just kind of kept them square. Again, I don't know, but these ones are buttoned compared to these ones are these ones are also buttoned. I thought these were Velcro, but no, they're both buttoned. These ones have knee pad inserts, which, where the hell are they? Give me a second, let me find the shit. Yeah, knee pad inserts, you put them down here, slide them up, and this is like, yeah, they just stick in there, and there's Velcro in there to hold it down. No one uses it, I'm pretty sure, but yeah. Another pocket here, I don't know what for exactly, but it's just a really small pocket with a pull tab on it, which is not on this pair of pants, and as well as there's no knee pad inserts. Moving to the bottom, it's just a drawstring. Just a drawstring, and then there's fabric that there's buttons actually right up here where you see the stitch line that you fold the fabric in, attach to the buttons, and you can have fabric up there without having that loose fabric out like here, like this fabric's loose. The thing with these pants though is they come with bungee cord and Velcro, which is a lot, and I believe these pants also come with the grommets to drain water out, which is very common with Canadian kits, but you can tell this pair of pants is absolutely worn out. I should have not bought these, but I was hesitant because I really needed a pair of actual cat pad pants. But it's good to at least have something to compare and contrast between these runs and the other ones. Also, for some reason, these pairs of pants are pleated right here, but they're not pleated on the other side. And these ones are, they're both the same thing. Okay, so it is the exact same thing. They are pleated on one side, but the other side they aren't, which, whatever. But so pretty much the exact same thing, but they really just changed the bottom part, and then obviously the knee pad inserts, but there's still like reinforcement around the rear area, fabric reinforcement right there. As far as the back also goes, these ones are buttoned. These are buttons, these are Velcroed. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. The reason why I got these over those ones, even though this was my first pair and those are newer, these ones have greater color. If I'm gonna buy uniforms, I want to have the most accurate of color that basically looks like brand new. These ones look pretty much brand new as far as color goes compared to this. You can tell that that is faded from the sun and has been used. Same goes with this. Although I've seen other Canadian soldiers in pictures using these uniforms, and these uniforms having this like color, because this looks a little bit different from the green. It looks kind of like an autumn color compared to like that harsh relish green. But I mean, that's pretty much the basics of what I got here. Kind of going over these two little parts here, but comparing with what I had originally and kind of comparing, contrasting. Yeah, but if you guys do enjoy the video, I do appreciate you guys for watching. Sorry if I'm not the best at explaining things, but kind of just doing this on a whim. But yeah, if you do have any questions, please do ask. And yeah, thank you for watching.